Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I look a little crazy today, but that's because I have been up since 7:30 and prepping for Galentine's Day. Before 9 a.m. I was at two Trader Joe's, and before 11 a.m. I was at two Trader Joe's, a like convenience store, Wegmans, and like a garden shop. And today is Galentine's. And I'm very excited for this Galentine's because if I pull it off right, I want to make a Galentine's Day tablescape that is not like your basic, overly done, like too many like heart. I have some like heart decor, but like I want to make it classy. I want to make it nice. And so I wanted to figure out how to make a specific video to kind of like show the process of hosting the event, making the tablescape, getting everything ready. And I wasn't sure how to do that. So I think I'm just going to do it vlog style because that's just kind of my vibe, and just take you guys along with me and just kind of show you like the best processes for hosting, how detailed I like to get with hosting, and hopefully maybe you can like save this video and use it in your next tablescape. This table that I'm doing today can actually be very versatile for Valentine's Day or just like a springtime table, and so it's gonna be fun. It is like 11:30 right now, almost noon. I have not eaten yet today. I need to get ready and do some dishes. So we are waiting also for a DoorDash order because the garden store this morning did not have all of the things that I needed. So we're DoorDashing from Michael's right now to get frogs for flowers, which are those little like spiky things that go on the bottom of like a vase or like a vessel to like put the stems in so they stay up. And then we need flower tape because we are doing a cake that I want to put flowers in. But if you guys know, maybe you don't know this, but you can't just put any flowers in, like you can't just put the stems right into the cake because that could make it really toxic. There's edible flowers that's fine to do with, but if you want to use your favorite flowers and they're on the toxic list, you're able to actually wrap them in tape and then insert them in a safe way into the cake. So we're doing that today. But just a lot of stuff. I'm really excited, but yeah, but let me eat, get this area clean because I hate when the kitchen's too dirty, and hopefully my DoorDash order will be coming in time. Okay, I got myself together a little bit. We are still working on making breakfast and cleaning. I want this video to also be like helpful on top of like you just watching me create like a tablescape and all of that, and something hopefully you can use if you ever want to host Galentine's event or whatever it might be. The first thing that goes into hosting anything is you have to think of the theme, the vibe, like what are people going to feel when they come to your event. I think a lot of people like the idea of hosting and they don't realize how much work goes into it. And for me, I put a lot of work into the events I throw and the parties I throw and the things and the dinners and all of that because I want people to come to an event and feel special. I want them to see very intentional details, and I want them to leave with like some type of takeaway, whether that's a physical thing or a feeling or just like a headspace, like a good headspace. Maybe they're feeling inspired. Maybe they leave feeling, just excited because they got to go to that event. Maybe there's a physical thing that like a gift of some type that they're leaving with. So it's not just something that gets thrown together. It's something that is really thought out. Like any event, any dinner party, anything that is done well, I think, yes, you can throw something together really quick and it can be really great. But if you're being like, this is for the intentional hostess, this video. So I start by making mood boards, Pinterest boards, all of that, and kind of figuring out what vibe am I trying to curate. Obviously, if you search Galentine's, this is what the event is tonight. You get a lot of like heart balloons and like, I don't know, just lots of pinks and reds, and I want to incorporate pinks and reds, but I'm doing this in a very, and there'll be some heart decor, but it's not going to be like in your face Galentine's like the party I hosted last year. And so that's what I start with. I start with the mood board, start with a vibe, and I start with a guest list, and figure out, okay, how much money am I like willing to spend? Am I like wanting to spend? If it's a larger guest list and I want to be intentional, it might cost more money. Or if it's a larger guest list, maybe we're doing something more simple, still intentional, still well done, but not as curated and like not as many personalized things. This event, I'm actually doing a smaller scale group of girls because I wanted to be very intentional with them. So each girl is going to leave with a floral arrangement, a Victorian, a Victorian Valentine, which is, I'll show you guys a little bit later. So a personalized Valentine, a floral arrangement, and they're gonna have a dinner. So everyone who's coming today they can bring wine if they'd like, but they're not expected to bring anything or participate. They're really just coming to enjoy the event. And that's another thing I like about hosting is I want people to come and not feel obligated to like partake in like, oh, I need to bring this, I need to bring that. No, you just come to the event and you enjoy the event or the party or the gathering or whatever it is. And so those are my first things I thought of like a month ago when I was really thinking of hosting a Galentine's this year. I was like, okay, who do I want to come? What is the vibe and what is the intentional takeaways that I can give everybody today? So that's what I started with. And then as I go along and like create things today, I'll give you guys more hopefully helpful tips and things when it comes to hosting. I'm still learning a lot. I think I've been really intentionally hosting for the last year, but I used to host a lot of events and stuff back in like 2019, 2020. So 2020 before shut down, literally like March 2020 was one of my biggest events, and then the next week we shut down. So anyways, we're gonna eat, feed ourselves, and then I'll show you guys kind of what we're working with in the living and dining area. Okay, so I did a quick like layout of the table to get the vibe for it. We're doing the scallop plates that we got off Amazon. We have this tablecloth that has this like ruffle detail, and then lots of like glassware because we are gonna do lots of florals. And you can see over here is all of our florals. Pro tip, I put them by the window because they need to stay cold to help them keep fresh. And I don't have enough room in my fridge for them, so just keeping them right here by the window. It's February, it's still cold out. My apartment's a little cold right now, but it's keeping the flowers nice. And these flowers are for a mixture of the floral arrangements that the girls will make and for our table. We have little glass salt and pepper shakers. We have our wine glasses, and then we have these candlestick holders, which originally I got heart-shaped candlesticks, which I think I still might incorporate, but I'm really excited about this flower idea that I have, so we'll see. We have our glass cake holder, and then we are currently waiting for our DoorDash guy to bring us like 6 more of these. These are like flower frogs. You put them in the bottom of your vase and you can stick your flowers on here. So I'm gonna do 2 low arrangements, kind of incorporating the cake into that, and then we'll set up the table for the girls to make their arrangements, and then need to steam this, and then yeah, and clean. I'm gonna like, this is all crazy, so we're gonna style this, clean this up so it's not so cluttery everywhere, and then clean the rest of the house. So let's do it. Okay, so all of our DoorDash and Uber delivery stuff arrived. We got this table from my friend in Brooklyn, and then we just got this from Michael's. So we got about 6 of these flower frogs, and then some flower tape in a dark green and a light green. I stripped the table and I'm going to work on, I'm going to start with cleaning this whole, I'm going to do a wide camera. I'm going to start with cleaning this whole area, styling the shelf back there, cleaning the floor. I'm going to probably pull the table out and just like start with like a deep clean of the area and then build from there. We also need to pull off any stickers and clean and wipe down anything that guests are going to be using tonight. So let's just start with that. And I'm also watching Friends because y'all know it is my favorite show. And then we're gonna work our way from here that way of the apartment. So we're gonna start with the cleaning here that way, design. I'm trying to figure out when I want to start the floral arrangements. I need to see what it looks like at first and like see what I'm building, but I don't want the flowers to wilt. So that might be like the thing I do around like, I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I guess if they're in water, they'll be fine. So maybe I'll do that when I build the tablescape, but we have a lot of work to do, so let's do it. Okay, so our tablecloth is all steamed, and I'm going to start with a small floral arrangement in this dish and add it to the table, and then we're going to slowly build out from that. So we're starting with the 2 small pieces, and then we'll kind of like build from there. I want the cake to be part of the centerpiece, and so we're just going to kind of layer and add there, and then we'll add all of our like plates, silverware, and all of that. So I don't know how this is going to look. We'll see. I'm just going to kind of go with it, maybe use some Pinterest info. So okay, we have our base arrangements made. We're doing a little bit of a combo with the pink, then we have the lilies, and then we have this like grassy, mossy plant on the bottom. So we're doing a flat arrangement, and then we're gonna put the cake here. And we're just gonna build from this and see what happens. So I'm pretty proud of how these look so far, and I am excited to keep going with it. But let's do the cake. The cake I got from Wegmans, and I'm gonna do, which I'm sure you guys have seen before, the supermarket like hack where you make a cake from the supermarket look a lot nicer. So this cake is from Wegmans and it already looks really great. I'm just gonna add some florals to it, but I need to prep the florals properly before I do that and wrap them and tape them so they aren't toxic. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so we just designed the menus and we're gonna go print them really quick and pick them up from the print shop down the street. But I wanted to show you guys a little update. I set up the florals and the table is not quite done, but it's like definitely getting there. So over here we have the florals where the girls can just pull from for arrangement. This table right here has all of the supplies set up. And then going into our dinner table, I'm thinking of adding candles. I'm not really sure, it might be too much, so TBD on that. But this is kind of what we got so far, and I am absolutely loving it. Obviously, the rest of my living room needs to be like completely cleaned, and we're still watching Friends. But I'm gonna run to the print shop, get my menus, and then wrap up, I think, the main stuff of the table, and then clean the house. I need to eat lunch at some point. And then we're gonna get ready and start cooking. So super exciting. It is much later and we have the table almost done. We just need to add some more to like the centerpiece and maybe some candles, but these are the little Victorian Valentines that I folded. We now have the menu. It's all looking really nice. We're about to do the cake, and then we're gonna put something themed on the projector, and then I need to take a shower, and then I need to start cooking because it is a little after 5, I think. Let me check. Yeah, okay, it's almost 5. It's almost 5 o'clock. The girls are not coming at 7:30. I needed about 30 more minutes just to help prep, and I'm out of breath. But I need to lock in, work on this cake, and then set everything up. We are 15 minutes away from guests arriving. Let me just do the walkthrough. So we have dinner on the stove in the kitchen, just like staying warm until it's time to eat. But you come in and we have a little appetizer with the sourdough and the butter board, and then this will also be where we are going to be doing our floral arrangements. And then you make your way to the table. The table is actually displaying our dessert as well as the dessert being the centerpiece. But all these fresh floral arrangements, the little custom Valentines, menus, all of the things. So this is pretty much it, and the girls should be here in like 15 minutes, and then that is a wrap, and we can get the event going. So and with that, I'm gonna end the video. Maybe I'll do a little montage, but thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was kind of helpful, and if you guys have any questions about hosting, maybe I can make a video that's a little bit more in depth, because I know this was a bit all over the place. I think trying to film and make today happen was a little bit hard. Filming definitely went on the back burner, but I'll catch you guys next one. Love y'all.